Welcome to IMCP Profiles and Partnership, the podcast where we explore the strategies, stories, and communities shaping the future of business and technology. Today, we're spotlighting something really special, the IMCP India chapter's upcoming Illuminate event this February. Illuminate isn't just another partner gathering. It's a platform where Microsoft partners come together to share insights, build connections, and spark innovation. And the India chapter has been making waves with its leadership, its growth, and its vision for collaboration across the global partner ecosystem. In this episode, I'll be sitting down with leaders from IMCP India to talk about what makes this event unique, how the chapter is empowering partners, and why their work matters not just in India, but across the world. So whether you're a partner, a business leader, or someone curious about how communities drive transformation, you'll find plenty of inspiration here. Let's get started. Well, welcome to the podcast, Niraj and Suresh. Really glad to have you both on.
Pleasure's all ours.
Yeah, Anthony, it's really amazing, and we are quite excited about this podcast because Illuminate is something which is very near to our heart. So we are putting a lot of efforts around that. So it is really great to be a part
Excellent.
of.
Yeah, well, I know I'm really excited to get in and cover some things here on this episode. And we've got a lot of great questions for you. And I think our audience is going to learn a lot about this incredible event. But before we get into things around the event and the chapter and the impact on membership and all that, let's start off for those who aren't familiar with you. Just tell us a little bit about yourself and briefly maybe your involvement with IMCP. Niraj, why don't you start us off? Because Suresh has been a repeat guest. So for those who don't know Suresh, you need to go back and listen to a couple episodes. I'm going to come back to you, Suresh. But Niraj, why don't you start us off?
Sure, awesome. So thank you, Anthony. So to introduce myself is Neeraj Karki, and I am one of the director and co-founder of Intelligent Technologies, based out in India and having multiple global locations as well. We started our Microsoft partner journey in 2017 sometime, and that is where we also got engaged with the IMCP. So I will say that we started our Microsoft partner journey with IMCP. So that is where and how I learned about this Microsoft partners ecosystem and how we should navigate it within this ecosystem. So I joined India chapter in 2017, and after spending a couple of years, I got the opportunity where I was able to serve on the local chapter into my city, and I started becoming more active into the IMCP, and I became a member of my chapter board, and slowly from there I picked into the APAC regional board, where I am currently serving as a secretary. Uh, then I also picked to the international board as a board member. So I served at international level as a board member for a couple of years. Today I'm playing active role into my local chapter, that is the IMCP India, as president. So typically I can say that as many years I have spent into the Microsoft ecosystem, it is the same I have spent in IMCP. So yeah, that is my journey.
That's fantastic. Well, I love how involved you are. And Suresh, for those who aren't familiar with you, why don't you share us a little bit about yourself?
As far as the IMCP relationship is concerned, we have discussed this in a couple of podcasts also. Uh, I founded the IMCP in India. That was in back in 2009, and then uh, we set up a legal body. We set up everything, and then a few years back, somewhere in about I think 4 years back, there was a reorg of IMCP where the IMCP was split into three regions: EMEA, Americas, and a new region was started, which was APAC, which is where I became the founder president for IMCP APAC. And it was around that time that, the India board was functioning quite well in terms of, SOPs was set, the bylaws were set, the the local the local legal body was in place, and which is where I said, okay, now is the time probably for me to now try to replicate the success of India in the other geos of APAC, right? So that's also right now. Currently, we have a strong leadership team in India, with Neeraj is driving, and there's a proper functioning. By the way, just an interesting thing: we have elections every year to the India board. Just a side, and there are elections. Okay, they are just, it's not just nomination. We get more number of people filing their nominations than the number of seats. So there are also some election which also happens. So pretty interesting. It's a sign of democracy. It's a sign that we have a vibrant board in India. So
Well, very
trying to
active and
replicate that.
engaged, it sounds like it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
And we're trying to now replicate that model in other parts of APAC right now, because India is in, if I may say so, in very safe hands right now.
That's it. That's great. That's great. Well, let's jump to talking about the event. So I know we have a big event coming up here in February, Illuminate. What inspired the India chapter to host the IMCP Illuminate this February, and what makes this year's event really so unique?
Okay, so let me take this question. Uh, so India is one of the largest chapter within the APEC region. So we are around 130 active members at any point of time, with around 10 to 20 members who are into the renewal mode. So typically we are having around 150 active members within India, which is quite vibrant. And a lot of P2P activities are happening, and every partner is active through various channels what we have set up into India. So considering this thing that India is a more of a flagship chapter within APEC region, so that is the reason why we decided that we should be hosting this event in India. So this year, what we are planning to do is we want to make this year and Illuminate one of the largest until now. We are planning to invite a complete line of the Microsoft India leadership into this event. We have planned to invite newly created South Asia region, which is coming under as a part of the India leadership. So we are going to invite more and more partners from these regions this year, which includes partners from Bangladesh, Nepal, Maldives, so all these countries, neighboring countries. So that is something what we are creating, which is going to create this event much larger than the last year. This year we are also introducing few new events within this event, where we are trying to invite a few of the startups, where we are going to allow them to showcase their products or their services in front of maybe around 120 to 150 partners. So these are the few initiatives what we have taken this year. We are still working on the nitty-gritty of this, and let us see how it comes out.
Very good. Well, I've got some questions for you because I don't know, Suresh, if you remember, but I was on the IMCP
Well,
board when we started bringing India on board, which
yeah,
was a
yeah,
multi-year process, if you remember
yes,
that. That
yes,
was a long
absolutely.
process to get you guys done, the legal ramifications. So, can you tell us a little bit how the India chapter has evolved over the past few years and what milestones really stand out to you?
So let me take up that question. When we started off back in 2009-10, the concept of partnering was not there. So obviously it was a big struggle. But once we started stabilizing, and the first event, I would say, and that was one of the landmarks which was there, was we in 2019, we had the first annual event. This was the same year when SoCal had their 10th anniversary, if you remember. Okay, the SoCal chapter had the 10th anniversary, because our event was about 2 months after the SoCal chapter. We did our event in December. Uh, Frankly speaking, there was a bit of a pressure, and because we are stepping into unknown territory, all India event annual event is a very, very different territory than having one event in a Microsoft office where, coffee and biscuits are always available. Here, people have to come from all over India. So we did that event. But to our surprise, that event went off fantastic. It was extremely well received by the partner community, and we got a good level of leverage. And at that time, the number two Microsoft person was Raji Sodi. He was the COO, literally the COO of Microsoft India. Okay. Currently serving on Bill Gates, the Bill Gates company. So he's with Bill Gates in their role. So that 2019 was one of the landmarks, because that was the year we also set up our legal body. In the early part, we set up the legal body, so which was again a landmark, because setting up legal body is not so easy. We set up a not-for-profit, okay, Section 8, we call it not-for-profit. The 2019 event, 25 days before the event, we stopped sponsorships. We said, we are done for the day. There is no space. There is no space for more sponsors. 15 days before the event, we stopped registration. We said, no, there is no space. So that was a point which kind of, convinced me that there is a requirement for an event like this. And a couple of reasons for that. Because not everybody can afford to go to Inspire. Let's be clear about it. A partner going from India to Inspire, it's not cheap. It's a fairly substantial cost relatively. So here, that is where the whole tagline came in. Inspire experience at 10% of the cost. Something like that, right? And that was a landmark. Unfortunately, the tempo could not be built because we had the event in December, and in March, the COVID came into picture. So once the COVID came into picture, we had there was a big challenge, because I was talking to a lot of my IAMCP friends, and everybody was facing pressure because events were not happening. And then if events don't happen, you know how it is. Membership drops, which is what set me thinking. And I spoke to some of my friends, especially, my friends in Germany, because they were also doing some very unique things. And what the plan was to have some event where you can have some degree of consistency every month or every 2 months. We don't wait for the annual event for a pull to happen, which is where we devised 2 programs. One program was a solution circle program, okay, where we devised 4 solution circles: Azure, security, business applications, and modern work. Each was driven by one partner who was deep into it. He had to drive it. And this was not a tech function. It was more of a business side, more of the business side. So that was one program which was set up. Second program which was set up was called as ISV, Independent Software Vendor. So ISV. So we encourage our partners to develop their own IP. I do believe that these 2 programs have been very effective, because they have kind of institutionalized the fact that, there will be some engagement happening almost every month. Otherwise, the whole idea of some chapter having an event, some chapter not having the event, COVID not allowing us to have physical events, 4 years we could not do anything. But because we set up these 2 programs, and we had a very, very active WhatsApp community. By the way, we have a very active WhatsApp community in India. What we have done is, there was a lot of pressure from some partners and from Microsoft that why don't you use Teams? We said no. India is a WhatsApp country. We don't want people to force them to, change their habits. We would rather meet partners at the place where they are comfortable. And in India, partners were comfortable with WhatsApp. So we have set up a very strong WhatsApp community with strong governance where only Microsoft specific content and IMCP specific content can be discussed. Otherwise, nothing else is allowed. Nothing else. So I believe those were the important landmarks. And then 2023, 2023, when COVID kind of was coming down, there was another challenge. We said, should we attempt annual event now, right? And we did attempt the annual event in Jaipur. Again, houseful show, houseful show. And that convinced us, no, this event is here to stay. We will come what may do this event. And so, I feel these were some of the landmarks which were there. And very clearly, we are very close to the IMCP pillars of connect, learn, grow. Pretty simple. We are, it's the best place for connections, best place to learn, and best place to grow if you are a Microsoft partner. If you're serious about Microsoft, you have to be serious about IMCP. So those were my thoughts. Neeraj, you want to add something, please do.
No, I absolutely agree, Suresh, what you have mentioned that this is how we started the India chapter as a very small setup, and slowly we grew. And last few years, we have seen really a massive exponential growth in India, and that is what we are planning to continue for next few years. The initiatives what we have started, as Suresh mentioned, Solution Circle and ISV Club. So those are doing really fantastic, and it is helping a lot to the partners who are very focused on a specific solution area or having a focus on to the specific ISP solutions. So yeah, it is working very well, and I think we are giving enough value to the IMCP members in India as of now.
Well, I love the way the India chapter is really engaging with partners. So that's very creative solutions that you came up with, and you exhibit the three pillars of IAMCP. So it's very, very creative. So I applaud you on that. Can you please share with us a success story where IMCP membership directly helped a partner or business in India achieve a breakthrough result? I know you have many stories.
Many, many. Neeraj, the
Yes.
ball is in your court.
Sure, I will be quite excited to talk about it because that is where we can measure our success. That as an IMCP leadership, if we are really delivering to the community or not. So let me tell you a few stories. May not be exactly one. I will be adding a few instances what has happened. So first of all, I want to say that every month within India chapter, we are generating around 20 to 25 opportunities within the ecosystem. So this is real opportunities which are being shared within the community, and where partners are collaborating and working together and delivering this solution. So that is something which is amazingly happening. Many partners has mentioned specifically that yes, they are generating more business since they become IMCP member. So I want to take a one specific story. One of our partner who joined around 2 to 3 years back to the community. So personally, I met with him at in some of the event, and I found him that okay, you are Microsoft focused partners, so why don't you join our community where we are doing a lot of stuff. So he just for the sake of that, I asked him. He joined the community, and he found that yeah, this is something which is working very well for them. And later on, when we had our event into Goa, that is the year 2023. So this guy has proposed that okay, I'm ready to take this sponsorship, and he joined us as a sponsor for that event. And from that sponsorship, the type of response he got from the community, that is around 100 plus partners, so he was completely amazed. And after this event, he called me after a few months and he told me that after this event he got so many inquiries from the partners for his ISV product, which he was trying to promote for months and years. So he was saying that after becoming the IMCP member, it is very easy for me to deliver this product to the end customers through the partners. So that is something which was really amazing, and he was so excited, and he recommended IMCP to lot of additional of more partners within his network, that you should join this community and you will see the value what you can drive out of it. So that is something which is pretty exciting, and I want to refer this specific case in this podcast.
That's fantastic. I'm just learning so much. I love the levels of engagement, to the point Rudy brought up about just the creativity that's involved, to facilitate, the connect learning and growing experiences, within IMCP for members. I like to bring it back to, the event, and just hearing all these great things that you guys are doing. What are going to be some of the key themes, or focus areas for Illuminate this year, and why are they especially relevant, for India's partner ecosystem?
So this year, we are having slightly different idea and concept behind this event. So until last year, we realized that we were focusing a lot on the technology or learning, or primarily sharing the knowledge. But this year, our idea is that we should create this event as a community event. So first of all, what we are trying to brand this event as a community event. We are going to call it as a community party, community dinner. So what we want to do is we want to set up an environment where people come free from the work, free from the business. They come here and enjoy their 3 days. They do a lot of networking with each other. They spend some time with each other, and then when they go back, they know that okay, these are the guys whom I can work really. These are the nice guys, good guys, and I can reach out to them whenever I am having an opportunity. So that is the objective what we are driving this event this year. We don't want to make it an conference where a lot of people are talking about various business ideas, technical stuff, and workshops and at all. But instead of that, our major focus is going to be providing the enough opportunities for people to network. So we want to create this event as more engaging, more entertaining than the knowledge driven. So that is what we are working on, and let us see how it works out. We still have almost 6 weeks to this event, so still a lot of work need to be done, and my team is working really hard.
Is there going to be some opportunities coming out just on how folks then who are going to come, and since it is a lot about networking, about just some pre-show, like before the event, the ability to try and connect and set up meetings and whatnot, or some of those things going to be in place?
Not really. We don't have any such plans. So instead of that, what we are going to do have is having two parties. One party is which is what we are calling is a community party. That is the day one, where the
Okay.
whole evening where people will be engaging with each other, talking with each other. We are going to have some team building exercises or team building activities around that, where we are going to have partners working together as a single team. So that is how we are going to drive, and we are going to create some bonding within the community. So that is the day one. And the day
Hmm.
two is more about the awards night, where people will be awarded for their efforts, or for their whatever they have done in last year within the IMCP community. So they are going to be recognized, and followed by our gala dinner, where a lot of networking opportunities are going to be created, and Microsoft leadership is going to join us for this gala dinner, so that we can bridge the gap between the
Yeah.
Microsoft leadership and the partners. Because that most of the time partners are complaining that we don't know who are the Microsoft leaders whom to reach out for what. So that is where we want to set up an environment where Microsoft leadership and partners are spending time together, and they are creating a good bonding between them.
Okay. So since and I know Rudy's got a question about just with like the global connections. I did want to just ask one more, just kind of a piggyback question on this, since this is about you're going to have a couple parties, such a point on networking for those that are listening. um, to this episode, what would be then maybe one piece of advice you would give them to say, look, if you're going to come, here's what you got to make sure you do to get the most out of the event.
So the best advice is spend all the 3 days with us within the community. Spend maximum time with us, with your peers who are there on the event, and do network. So that is the only advice what I want to give to the attendees, because it is not a learning opportunity, it is not a knowledge opportunity, it is more about the networking, creating the P2P stories, creating some good connections with Microsoft.
Excellent. Thank you.
Well, that sounds exciting. That sounds like something I did way back in ready 2005 when I threw a party in here in Texas. And the one rule at that party, besides networking, was no PowerPoint. So, which was a lot of fun, which scared Microsoft because they wanted to do PowerPoints, but I wouldn't let them do it. So, so I love the part about connections because that is a premier pillar of the IMCP. So what is the India chapter doing to collaborate with other IMCP regions, and what global perspectives can be reflected in an event where you can share these types of activities?
Sure. Suresh, will you like to
Yeah,
take this question?
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things which we are doing now is we're trying to also do something at the APAC level, because the idea is that, as I have the responsibility to grow the APAC. So things are more in our control because things can happen, events can be done. So we are doing some events at the APAC level where we are getting the partners on one platform to talk to each other. One of the things which we did to kind of ensure that people communicate more at APAC level is we created something called as a WhatsApp APAC community, not the group. Okay. The idea is the way we are structuring it is this way. Chapters, let's say India has a chapter. India chapter has a WhatsApp group. ANZ chapter, Australia, New Zealand has a WhatsApp group. Then you have Southeast Asia has a WhatsApp group, and anybody joining that group automatically joins the IAMCP APAC community. That's how it works. So that is one platform which we have created by which we are wanting people at the APAC level to share more ideas with each other. Second, similar platform for people who are more comfortable with LinkedIn, we also have created a IMCP APAC LinkedIn group, which is restricted to, by the way, both these groups are restricted to active IAMCP members only. That's very clear. Okay, it's the premium part of the freemium model which we use essentially, right? So with these two platforms, we hope to foster closer relationships between the APAC level chapters, and then of course we heavily promote the P2P initiatives which are currently, which are ongoing, right? Which are ongoing. Let's say, Paul runs quite a few interesting P2P initiatives in terms of uh, POGs, basically POGs, partner opportunity groups. So in those, we encourage our partners to join those POGs based on their interest and try to share the things, because there's a lot of work. We say that we are a global, global community, right? Uh, 70% local, 30% global, or whatever, depending. You take your ratio. I'm giving you my ratio. Okay. This is not a formula. This is my ratio. For some, it will be 50-50. But we are actively encouraging partners to take part in local initiatives and global and regional initiatives, because it's only when you get engaged. See, some partners who are more international in their outlook and business may find greater leverage in engaging at the POG level, for example. Okay, but for other partners, the local chapters might be more interesting. So it's like we are giving you the platform. Please leverage the platform. The platform works at the chapter level, at the regional level, and at the international level. You make your choice what works for you, and every partner is different, every company is different. So that's the kind of few of the things which we have done, which are focused on ensuring that we kind of grow the whole thing. In fact, one interesting thing which has happened is that uh, we had one kind of a soft launch of Southeast Asia chapter about a week or so back. Okay, that's a newest chapter of APAC, and few of the partners whom we spoke to there, they are planning to come down from Singapore, from Malaysia, to the Bangalore event, essentially. Okay. The idea being that we want them to come, experience, network, because ultimately their solutions are not restricted to their country. It's all international. Why not use the international forum for that? Yes.
I want to add here. In another initiative, so what we are planning, which is still under discussion, that how about if we can have a joint calls between two chapters. So something like where we can invite the people or members from India chapter, and then we ask some other chapter. Maybe it may be a SoCal, or it may be some European chapter, or maybe Germany. So why can't we have a joint meetings where we can bring in all the members from these two chapters, and we are having some specific agenda, and we give the platform or or a environment where these partners can talk to each other, members can talk to each other and understand that what exactly they are doing into their chapter. So that is something what we are exploring, if that is possible or feasible, and if it can add value. So if that works, and then probably this is something where an initiative towards making the global connections within the chapters.
Excellent. Anthony, you have a question?
Yeah, yeah, no, this is fantastic. I know, just thinking about the level just of innovation, what you're doing both at the chapter and the regional level, and I know I'm gonna bring it back to the event. Now I know you're not doing any like special like speaking like there's sessions per se, but there is one thing you mentioned. I'd like you to maybe unpack it a little bit more. Is and if I understood you correctly, where you're going to actually invite startups to come and to share and to showcase. You you talk a little bit more about that?
Sure. So a small correction here. So when I said that we are having two parties, it doesn't mean that whole event is about the party only. So definitely we are going to have some serious stuff as well.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
s-
Okay.
so,
Hey, I mean, Niraj likes to party. Suresh likes his sweets. I mean, you got a great combination going here. So,
yeah. No, we are going to have some serious business as well. So we are
okay,
going to invite some senior leadership from Microsoft who will be talking about more about what is the vision, what they are having for the next year, 2026. We
okay,
will have some sponsors who are going to present what they are having for having on offer for the partners. So of course we will have some serious business as well, but our major focus is going to be more about the networking and the entertainment, and providing a
gotcha.
platform where partners can work and spend time together. So that is the whole idea. But coming back to your question about the startup, so this is something which is something which is an idea which was tossed by one of our board member, that why can't we do this type of activity. So we are evaluating that if that is something which can really work, how about if we give some sort of parts to few startups who are really willing to
Hmm.
get the exposure towards around 100 partners at one under one roof. How about if they can get some feedbacks, or if they can get some ideas about their innovation, what they are doing. So that is something what we are evaluating, and we are seeing that if it makes sense, maybe putting some pods during our community party, and we give them some space where they can have a elevator speech, maybe 5 2 minutes elevator speech at during the party, but we don't want to spoil the mood of the community, a mood of the party mood of the community that time. So we are trying and we are figuring out that what best can be done. But the idea here is to bring in more innovation into the ecosystem and to learn that what exactly is happening around the world, and if there is something where partners can get cue about what is happening in around the ecosystem, and if they can be a part of that innovation.
I really like that idea. That reminds me of something we did a long time ago that we called a beta desk, where we had smaller companies come in and present what they could do, and we would line up five business owners to give them advice as well. So the elevator pitch, very good idea. I know that works. I know that works.
Of
Well,
course, Rudy, we are just following your footprints.
oh, of course. Yeah. Now I'm scared that somebody's been following me for 30 years. That's getting paranoid there. Hey, I've got a question because the IMCP is always evolving. It's always evolving, and you as leaders, it's challenging being a leader. And what you run across each and every single day, every week, every month. What challenges do you see partners in India, facing? What challenges are partners in India facing today, and how are you planning on helping them? How is IMCP planning on helping them?
So the problems and the issues and challenges what partners are facing are really among us in Microsoft ecosystem. So every time, every year, Microsoft is changing, it's evolving, and it's very difficult for partners to cope up with it. So of course, Microsoft is conducting a lot of webinars before doing these changes or making some innovation into their products. But most of the times, partners are not able to cope up with that. So to solve or to help partners to understand these changes, so what we are doing is whenever such changes are happening, so we are bringing in Microsoft speaker, and we are conducting our own series of webinars where we are explaining that what changes are happening and how it is going to impact the partner ecosystem. So that is the one area what we are trying to help. In addition to that, uh, many other times partners doesn't know whom to reach out for what. Uh, a very recent situation what has happened is one partner has complained about that his opportunities or leads are being redirected to other partners. So we took it very seriously and we reached out to Microsoft mentioning that this is the what is the complaint what our member partner is doing, and do we have any way that we can address this concern. Fortunately, we got a very positive response from Microsoft VDS team. They came in, they explained everything that how this opportunity has been generated, how it went to which partner. They shown each and every record and logs about what exactly has happened, and this addressed the concern what partner has raised. So I think that is the value what IMCP member, as an IMCP leadership, we have provided to our members, because when we talk about our old pillars, that is space, so that is where is the advocacy is one of the area where we used to be having a quite excited about. So that is where we are trying that this community should always pick up the member issues and partner issues, and we should raise it to the Microsoft. Another very good example is last month only one partner was saying that his partner center renewal is not happening and support team is taking its own sweet time to resolve the issue. So we raised that matter. We wrote to the Microsoft leadership in India, and we told them that okay, this is impacting partner heavily. So we should, being a part of community, we need to escalate it, and we want that somebody should look into this issue. And fortunately, Microsoft leadership took that support case, and they sorted out this whole issue within 2 days. So that was a big win for IMCP as a community, that Microsoft is listening to us and they are acting on whenever we are raising a concern. So these are the few small incidents, but I want to call out one major event what we executed yesterday. So we planned a program uh, with Microsoft VDS team. So VDS is the team who is behind the micro partner nurturing and generating the inside sales referrals to the partners. So, so we planned a program where we said, how about if we bring in VDS team and IMCP together and we create a program where each VDS referral, if partner is converting or winning it, so they get some specific points, which we are going to call is VTS points. So each partner can accumulate these points, and once they accumulated few points, then they can, in exchange of these points, they can get some services from the VTS team. Let it be a technical webinar on behalf of the partner, or let it be a customer conversation to close a deal. And most important is they are going to pass on some large opportunities to the partner against this point. So that way, each and every partner community member will get the opportunity to get good referrals from the VDS team. So this was a big hit. Around 150 partners had joined this call, and it was a big hit. And Microsoft VTS team is quite excited about it. So very soon we are going to send some communication around this event. We are going to do some social posting as well. So, but yeah, these are the few initiatives what we are taking towards the nurturing the community and nurturing the partner members who are the part of this community.
Wow, I really like the way your chapter is so proactive in addressing the issues that you always run across at IAMCP. I really appreciate that. Really do. We should write a win wire to all the chapters and try to create best practices around some of these things. So I've got another question because the IMCP has always been known for fostering collaboration. You know, we've done that across the world for many, many years. How does the India chapter, how do you guys specifically cultivate trust and co-sell opportunities amongst your members?
You want to take it up, Neeraj? Yeah.
Yes, Suresh, please go ahead.
Yeah. So, Rudy, one of the principles of business is first you build relationships, then you do business. You know, that will not change, right? So, that's been at the foundation. So, you know, what we are trying to do here is we are telling our partners that within the ecosystem, we are going to give you resources which are, by the way, available to all IMCP members through the, the partnering as a practice. And there are so many other resources, which Per and others have put up on our website of NDA templates and all those things, which are all there for us, which people generally don't use. So we are telling them, use this platform, come together for meetings, become comfortable with other partners, look out for partners who have got complementary skill sets with whom you can grow together. And then, once your relation is there, business will come. I mean, we should not try to get business first. We should first try to build relations first. Business will happen. So I think that's something which is happening. And as Neeraj mentioned, we track opportunities every month. Literally anything between 20 to 27, 28 opportunities are exchanged every single month in our chapter. Every month, okay? Every month. And partners, there are partners who have built their business model around partnering. Okay, they have come together with some partners and and they are executing solutions together. All this happening because there's a trust factor. Let's face it, trust, even in it's very old-fashioned and boring word, but still very, very relevant in today's time, right? If you have trust, business will happen. It's as simple as that. So when people see that, okay, he's a fellow IMCP member, number one, immediately you have a connect. Oh, we are from the same community. I think that's important, right? When you are from the same group or a same community, you tend to have more trust with each other. So once that is there, people talk to each other, people work together, and then things happen, business happens. So we do not promise business for people. IMCP should never promise. IMCP should say, it's a platform. We will facilitate relationship building. We will give you opportunities so that you can come together and strike relationship with each other and then do business. As simple as that. So I think that's fundamental, absolutely fundamental. And I don't think that's going to change ever.
Well, now that the India chapter is into its teenage years, because you're 16 years into your history right now, where do you see the India chapter heading in the next 2 to 3 years, and how will this Illuminate set the stage for that journey?
Neeraj, 1.4 billion. Speak about 1.4 billion people in India.
Okay, so let me take this one. So during one of the conversation with one of the Microsoft India leader, so we were talking about IMCP, and I was telling him that that is how IMCP is. This is what we are doing in IMCP India. So this is what we want to do. So he was asking me that how many members you are having in this community. I said actively around 120, 130 members. Oh, he said, do you know that how many partners, active partners do we have in India? That is 2,500. These are the partners who are transacting at least every year. And out of this, around 900 members who are transacting every month. So if you are telling me that out of this 900 member or 900 partners, you are having only 120 or 130, that means you are really, really underutilizing the whole ecosystem. So he said that you should be targeting like at least 300, 400 members in this community, which can be achieved very easily. That is the type of potential you are having in this community. So I took the idea and I said that yes, that's absolutely right. If there are 900 partners who are transacting every month, out of this, even if we can drive 30% or 40% out of this community, out of this partner ecosystem, so still we will have really a huge community for IMCP India. So considering this current potential what we are having in India, so we are targeting that this year we should be touching somewhere around 200 members by the end of, not this year, I mean to say 2026. So that is what we are targeting. By the end of next year, we want to reach or we want to touch the 200 mark of the membership. For that, what we are doing is we are creating or we are setting up the various chapter level meetings, because ultimately that is the ground reality where partners are going to meet in person, creating the trust within the community and start doing the activities. Then we are strengthening our webinars. We are having roughly one webinar every alternate month where we are having around 120, 130, 150 partners who are joining the call, and we are bringing in some really senior leadership from Microsoft to talk about the IMCP and Microsoft relationship, or the type of work what we can do together. So that is the whole ecosystem what we are building so that we can reach to the number what we are targeting at. So typically, if I see back, I can see that for last 3, 4 years, we have grown from somewhere 70, 80 members in India, and today we are saying that we are at 120, 130 members. So typically in last 2 to 3 years, I think we have grew around 60, 70%. So if we maintain that same pace, so we can really see that after few years, the India will is going to be one of the very significant chapter from the point of view of member count uh, in the IMCP ecosystem. So that is what we are targeting. But everything boils down to that what type of efforts we are putting in, what type of events what we are doing in, and what type of value we are generating for the members. So we are working really hard on that, and we want that we are delivering the good value to the members, whoever is joining the IMCP community.
So let me add something here. In this whole journey, this annual event plays a very important part. And the reason is very simple, and I keep talking about it even in our international board meetings, that now that Inspire is no longer there, the physical Inspire is no longer there. This is the Inspire for partners. If we have that kind of vision where we say that every regional Illuminate of IMCP should be the regional Inspire, I think that is going to really land us, and that's something which will help us focus our attention that is where we want to go. And let's face it, is there anything which can come? Is if there is one event which can come near Inspire, it's IMCP Illuminate. Simple. Let's be clear about it. I don't see anything else coming even close to that. It is just that we should have that kind of vision at the chapter level, at the regional level, and at the international board level that, look, this is an opportunity for us. The fact that Microsoft does not want to hold physical Inspire, Ignite is a different chapter. I mean, Ignite doesn't have the Inspire vibe. Let's be clear about it. So this should become the event for partners to attend, whether in EMEA or APAC or Americas. I mean, that is a kind of focus we should have. And if we have that focus, I believe every event will lead to a jump in the overall awareness of IMCP. That's my 2 bits on this. Absolutely.
That's fantastic. That's great. Well, gentlemen, this has been a great interview. Really appreciate a lot of just the wisdom and the perspective. Hopefully, a lot of the chapters and even the regions that have been listening to hear about some of the the real creative and innovative ways that you're reaching, connecting and engaging, with members. And you both, have been involved with IMCP for quite some time. I like to kind of end maybe on a personal note, like if each of you can, briefly just share a little bit about what does being part of IMCP leadership mean to you personally, and secondly, how has it shaped your personal your professional journey, as a business executive?
Suresh, you want to take it first?
Let me first take it up. Yeah. I think for me, it has been there are times when I really wish that, we had 48 hours a day of work, because 24 hours sometimes looks very, very less. With the amount of time, especially in the startup years, it just takes up, right? I'm a bit Rudy, right? It just, when I used to look at my calendar before, I used to say, what am I doing? What am I doing? All the calendar blocks, 70% of them used to be due to IMCP. But it was, I think, worth it because, today, when I look back it gives you that sense of satisfaction, a legacy that, okay, there is a platform, and I'll be very frank, the amount of respect partners in India have for me is purely because of this aspect. Okay. And that doesn't have a monetary value. Let's be clear about it, It doesn't have a monetary value. It's that feel good value. Even today, whenever they talk to me, they say, wow, we have this platform because of you. So I think we work sometimes. We have to work for money, but at the same time there is also a community aspect, and I have devoted pretty much I'm not a part of Lions Club or Rotary Club and all those kind of clubs. Okay, I feel I should put in my community target community hours in IMCP and things which are close to my heart. IMCP has always been very close to my heart, and I think that has been something which you can say it makes you feel good. I'm sure Rudy, you will agree with me. It's when you look back and you feel like, oh, so many people know you, give you so much respect for what you did for the community. Because when you do something for the community, you're not expecting anything, monetary benefit in them. But the love, the respect you get, And it's the sense of legacy, right? Yeah, now, yeah, something was created which is going to be of huge, huge, huge benefit to the partner community. I think that's phenomenal feeling. I'm telling you, it's a phenomenal feeling, absolutely. Yeah. Neeraj, you want to add something?
Sure. So after spending around 25 years in the industry, so this is the time when I feel that what I get from the community, I need to give back. So as I mentioned that I started my journey of Microsoft partner. That was how I started with IMCP. I took a lot of knowledge, lot of help and support from this community. And I think this is the time when I can really give it back. So that is what I'm trying to do. That is inspiring me every day that I need to bring something unique for this community because I got a lot from this community. Everybody has helped me. Everybody has helped me to navigate through very complex Microsoft ecosystem. So today, my objective is I should give it back to the community. So that is what I'm doing. Yes, it is affecting sometimes my personal life, sometimes my business life, my professional life as well. But I feel that I think this is the time when I can give back to the community a bit from the professional point of view. Already worked for 25 years. This is a quite a long time. So this is the time when where I can take a pause. I can spend a couple of years towards the community. I can set up some example or I can set up something where I can say that yes, we I work for the community and I got some new ideas and new innovation into the chapter, and that is how I want to I want to give back to IMCP. So that is the objective, but of course it has some impacts on the professional and personal life. Like I mean, at this moment when my wife is waiting for me, I am sitting in front of camera and talking to you guys. But yes, it gives lot of satisfaction. Gives lot of achievement when everybody look at me around 120, 130 partners. They look at me that what Neeraj is going to decide for them, that how IMCP can give them the best value out of what they are spending into this community. So I feel like very excited about it, and I feel that I am responsible. I have the responsibility to give back to this community in best possible way. So that always excites me, and every morning I'm very much excited to do and bring in some new idea around this IMCP. So that is what I'm trying to do.
Excellent, excellent. Well, please do convey to the missus our thank you for letting you be on the camera here for the last hour. I thought it was just a great episode. So as we wrap up, what's the best way for folks listening to connect with you?
So we both are on the LinkedIn, so that's the
Okay.
best way today. So we can post the LinkedIn handle there. So that's the easiest way. But of course,
Yep.
I mean, we are having the IMCP email ID, so probably that is the right way if we want to go in
Okay.
more about the formal channel.
Excellent, excellent. We'll have that information in the show notes. And finally, back to the close the loop here about with the event. What's the event website? Because we want to include that in the show notes for people that want to check out the IMCP, the Illuminate APAC. It's what's www.iamcpindia.org. Is that correct?
Let me give you the exact URL of the event page, so that will be easier. Okay, here it goes in the chat.
Okay, so it's
IAMCP India
imcpindia.org slash
slash IAC
IAC
2026.
2026. And we'll have that in the show notes, but I know at a minimum, so we'll have that direct link in the show notes, but also folks can find out at imcpindia.org. Gentlemen, thank you so much. This was fantastic. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anthony. Thanks a lot, and thank you, Rudy.
And Merry Christmas to both of you, and Merry Christmas to all the partners everywhere. Absolutely.
Peace and
Absolutely.
joy
Thank
across
you.
the world.
Merry Christmas and wishes for the new year.
Well, that wraps up our conversation with the leaders of IMCP India about their upcoming Illuminate event. For more information about this event, visit www.iamcpindia.org. What really stood out to me is, how this chapter is blending local innovation with global collaboration, really creating opportunities that ripple far beyond the event itself. And there are so many incredible just nuggets. So I'm really glad that I had both, Suresh and Niraj on the episode. And I hope, as those that are listening can get a lot of value out of what they had to say. If you're part of the Microsoft partner ecosystem, Illuminate is a chance to connect, learn, and grow alongside peers who are shaping the future. And even if you're outside that circle, the lessons here about community, leadership, and shared success apply to any business striving for impact. Thank you for joining us on this episode of IMCP Profiles in Partnership, powered by Dunamis Marketing. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, share it in your network, and keep an eye out for more conversations that spotlight the people and ideas driving innovation and change. Until next time, keep building, keep collaborating, and keep illuminating the path forward.